Hello, welcome to Level Headed. This is Levi D, and today we will be discussing who knows what is. Our sound is good. We're going to start with the famous word that I have for you all here. The word is called dramaturgy. Dramaturgy, the theory and practice of dramatic composition. So, what is true in the Summerwells case? What is not true? What is made up as a dramatic experience for the viewers? What is not made up as a dramatic experience? And why this just makes people's heads spin. I was watching a couple things yesterday, a couple lives. One of them had like 300, 400 people in it. Normally has 1,000 people in it. Of somebody just sitting there bashing another creator. It's over the Summerwells case because they believe that they're protecting an eyewitness in the case or a suspect. That same person had suspects on the panel, and nobody went at them like that. It is rather disturbing. It's like I don't know. A lot of the stuff I've seen lately is information that's already come out or has already been out there and being reviewed. I guess the biggest thing is people just don't. I guess just don't listen the first time around. Or I've noticed lately that we have new people coming in and underneath names like just their regular names and stuff. I've noticed them on some other channels that are doing some good things and covering some other stuff. And it's been very interesting that they have come out of the woodwork. There's some here in the chat that I have met recently that I've never seen around in the community. Maybe it's just because I wasn't looking for them or whatnot. But let's get to the reason why it's wrong to attack certain eyewitnesses or suspects in a case online and why they should or should not have a YouTube channel. And I'll just put it out there. This is in no regards to bash another creator on YouTube. And it's in no regards to bashing an eyewitness or a suspect or however you want to put it. I don't think it's a good idea that a eyewitness or a suspect is constantly live every day. That is their choice. That is everything that they can do what they want. Just on the mental health side of things and the protection of your own family and to not create chaos in this little world of what we call true crime. Because last time I checked, when you look up true crime on your search bar, when we're done with this live, I want everybody to go look up type in true crime in your YouTube in the search button, and you tell me what channels you see. And you leave that in the comments because you're not going to see any of the channels that are here. That brings me into a whole new focus of things. And I just don't think that it's a good idea for eyewitness. I mean, you can come up, get interviewed and stuff, do it in an orderly fashion, get interviewed or a suspect, however you want to see it, get your interviews, get your questions out there and leave it as that. Because now what we have is things things that were covered months ago by this same person, or videos that were put out on Facebook, or different things. We are starting to get inconsistencies to drive the narrative into a whole different world. And that is called Drama 101. It's called Dramaturgy 101. You're driving the narrative to go into a whole nother aspect here. You're giving other content creators that are running out of content, in the Summer Wells case, you're giving them new content. And if you're going to speak about something about the past, there's new messages that are coming up from June, July. If you're going to speak on those things, you need to go back and look at everything that you have said in the beginning, so that now all of a sudden you're just throwing stuff out from left field to right field, taking subscribers and taking people, letting them run with it. I watched the live last night on, I won't say the channel because I actually respect them. And actually, it was nice of them putting out the information about some money that was sent through a Facebook app. I found it very, very interesting. And I think that things like that need to be spoken about. I was a big supporter in the beginning of the marathon, and the beginning of the different creators coming out, bringing out information in this case. And getting like doing my part, being a good human being. That's when I donate money or I give a creator money, stuff like that, it is because I don't have intentions of the money coming back. I never did when I donated to the reward fund. At the point of giving them the money, you have to like wipe your hands clean and walk away. They have to do the right thing as a human being. Don't know whether or not it was done. If it wasn't done, doesn't matter to me. I did my good deed, and that's what matters. But when you bring out inconsistencies into, I'll just put this out there. There's no new information on the Summer Wells case that has not already been put out there before that I have seen yet. That doesn't mean that not new people are going to step up. Everything has to be vetted. Everything has to be thought long and hard about. There is new theories, those text messages, they were way back. I think I even have them screenshotted on my phone. That I've had them. I think I've had those or something similar to that a while ago. I just never dug into them as deep as what that was. And what happens when a case slows down that's so important to so many, it creates inconsistencies to start being looked at, everything combed with a fine comb. So you slip up and say one thing. I know with a group of people that discussed this case and stuff, we were going over some things yesterday, or just going back and forth on some things. And the one was like, I don't know if this is right, but this is what I found. And that's like all you can do right now is you can't say this is for a fact. This is not for a fact. New stuff, new people. So many different people talk to the actual family. Who did, who didn't, right now is irrelevant to me, because who knows what they're saying to them. People will say, oh, you're wrong, because one piece of information may tie everything together. Well, I agree with you. But at the same time, how much of it is just being put to mislead people? I was listening to a live that I didn't even know that the live was going on. I was listening to it this morning and stuff. I really interested in going back and looking at some of the other stuff that I captured. I probably won't be doing a live about it. I'll probably speak like I am here about it because I don't want to add to the dramaturgy because people will grab what is put out there and run with it. At this point in time, the information has been put out there someplace. I have some other pictures that I have been on the phone for the last hour with a friend of mine that that I know that I sent some pictures of some domestic abuse that was reported and that was posted onto a Facebook group and or onto their Facebook page. This was early on, I should say trigger warning, everybody. I have them looking at it because to me, they look like burns and not bruises. I don't want to be the one to say that they're burns or bruises or whatnot. I sent them to a couple people that are professionals in the community to take a look at it, or not in this community, but in my own community, because I want to have them take a look and see what they say. I do know there was a bloody nose, there was a bloody face. I get that, I understand that, but there's some inconsistency with some things on the hands and different stuff like that. And just for my own peace of mind and what I was visually seeing growing up in a small town and stuff, those look more like a burn that you would get from a certain chemical than rash or anything. But that's my personal opinion. It's not against anybody else that's been there or done that. And we'll be, I will let certain people know about that. And if it's relevant, I probably won't talk about it out here on the internet. Just one thing I came across. The other one, some other things is I've noticed that certain people are going live at certain times to capture certain views and certain watch hours, like getting the max amount of people into their rooms as possible over, not over somebody else, but like controlling the population of the subs. And like this person, like, not, hey, we're ending, I'm going to send everybody that's watching me over here, this should be a good show. No, not like that, where one person will be timed up until this time, they'll end it exactly when the other one is, or right after, like as the other one's getting into stuff. And it's quite alarming, and I see it happening more and more frequently. And if you pay attention, you'll see more and more of the same creators and stuff will flock over to show support and stuff, which is important for some people's channels to grow and for some other stuff. The thing is that sitting back, I'm watching a lot of this stuff. Just sitting back watching. I am not commenting. I'm sitting there watching. And I'm watching the comments go through. I'm watching different questions being asked, where people are coming from, where people are doing stuff. I have a really hard time to grasp the aspect that she just wandered away. I was talking with some people there in here too. And I know there was a live by a creator that was done in judging the walking distance if she just walked away. How far can somebody get? Let's say if somebody, a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, heck, even a 7-year-old wandered away, how far could they get from that property to go out? Well, here I'm going to give you just a educated, logical, level-headed answer on this. You don't bring in search teams to search the amount of ground that they covered that she could have walked away to and come up with nothing and no evidence of anything. Yeah, there's been law enforcement has not come out with footprints. Footprints were talked about. I get it. There may be footprints, and maybe they just won't talk about them until they wrap up everything in the case. I get it. I'm not saying that there's not. I'm not saying that there is. But even in the search areas, even if there was footprints, one footprint right there and not several is quite strange. The reason why I bring that into the mix is because, uh, I mean, that's showing me that if somebody walked away and was that far away and things were found like that, there would be many more of them. Uh, like, and obviously, if you go into the wilderness, there's bears, there's anything, and if that happened, there'd be clothes or other types of evidence. There is the mass amount of searchers there and how they're going up and down all the hills and the cliffs and stuff. Just to me, that doesn't suit anything that's ruled out in my book. Uh, um, I just think that there's other things going on there. Um, I know that there was a certain somebody that's in jail now that's from Milwaukee that ended up in, where were they, in Arkansas or Alabama with them, and then ended up in Texas with them, and I believe was in jail. Don't quote me on that, with Mr. Wells at one point in Texas. And then I believe he has moved to Hawkins County since then. If you recall, it was January 13th when he was put in jail for trafficking guns, and we went on a gun run and a drug run to a nearby county. He was locked up. So mind frame, January 13th, right? January 19th, there was a domestic call to 110 Ben Hill. So you got 13. So 13, so 14, that's 1. 16, that's 3. 17, that's 4. 18, that's 5. 19 is 6 days, right? Well, if you're a frequent user and your supply got busted and you're flipping off at the handles and creating chaos with your partner, that pretty well sums it up, that there's got to be some type of a connection there. And if you do your research and you've been following like everybody that they've been in contact with and who their associations are with the family and stuff, find a lot of that information out there. You just have to do some research to do it. I just don't like the I don't know, trying to put this into a way that people will understand. The harsh attack and the questioning of certain individuals. Yeah, does it need to be done? Yes. Does it need to be done by us? No. I'm not saying that what they're doing is right or wrong. The thing is that what happens at the end when you're bashing the crap out of out of somebody that's, everybody's still suspect in this case. So everybody is. So even if they're an eyewitness, quote unquote, which in this term I would say that they're not even like an eyewitness because they weren't physically like right there when everything was happening. They were a ways away. So I kind of ruled them out as not an eyewitness because they didn't witness anything. All they witnessed was the scream and people searching. Is the scream real? Is it fake? We don't know. I just think that what happens when everything's said and done, and you have you have these people that was their home. They've since moved. What happens if it comes to find out that it had nothing to do with them? Like, do we go back and say, oh, shoot, I need to take down all my videos that I did about these people? Or do we write them a public apology Do you send them information in the mail? Do you what are you going to do? When you drag somebody through the mud, you better be sure what you're doing. Because I wouldn't want that done if something happened to my neighbor or a kid went missing by me, and all of a sudden, my neighbor was getting dragged through the mud on the internet and had nothing to do with it. And certain people just would not leave them alone. And at the end of the day, do you morally do what is right, and you actually like have a heart and actually care to go back and apologize? And how do you make it up to somebody like that when there's 9,000, 10,000 views on a video as of one day? Then what happens when there's a million in a year from now, or there's 100,000 in a year from now? Um, I just I don't think I understand the pressure that's being put on and the different stuff. But if that person hasn't come out and said something currently, then it wouldn't make it doesn't make sense that it would come out this much later. I get it. People are trying to tie pieces together. Um, it just a lot of it doesn't make sense. Um, just like the other whole thing back and forth about an FBI document and a case number, and it's fake and it's real and it's fake. And there was a little clip channel that made it that that they did on three different creators, that this one had it, everything's vetted and real. This one got it, and this is fake and fake and fake. This one had the original information and figured out how it is fake. Nothing against any of them. But at the same time, are you law enforcement? Are you a lawyer? Are you an educated person that deals with those types of files or paperwork every single day? So you can say, hey, this is disproved. This is a non-fact because this is a fake paper. You don't have the expertise to actually do that. So to come out and say, hey, I know for a fact that this is fake. You can't do that. You can't. Print out your paper, go to the police station, ask them if the paper's real. If you're not going to do that, then don't talk about it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, a lot of things here don't make sense in this little world of things happening and certain things coming out and stuff. And I have gone from commenting, sending super chats, sending money to the reward fund, to sending less and less super chats, less and less memberships, less and less commenting in chats, less and less new information coming out. It just doesn't add up to me. How much can you go and go and go and continue to I wouldn't call it fabricating, because the points that they're bringing up and stuff are good points, but there's a lot of questions around them. I guess it'd be more like a roundtable discussion that you're having with subscribers and other creators on panels and stuff, going over and giving your what you'd call it, your allegedly, or in my opinion, of what you're reading and what you're saying that the information means and stuff. I'm not saying that it's not good content. I'm not saying that it's bad content. It's just it creates more tension in between certain channels, certain creators, certain things, and then becomes this little round circle of people trying to come together in this thing and work together. And then, oh, this person brings this thing out, this person brings this thing out. Now these people are fighting. Now these people are fighting because, hey, you took my information and you did a live on it. You took my information and you did a live on it. How dare you? Well, that's going to happen when people work together. But the thing is you have to, if you're going to work together, you have to understand and speak to each other and give each other the utmost. Hey, are you going to put this out, the person that gave me the info, or can I put it out? Give them the common courtesy, be an adult, and ask before you do it. It's all that it takes. Don't just go run to YouTube because now you have new content and you just are just putting it out there. Just because it's something new. These people haven't seen this. And if my people like this, I see that all the time, and I don't understand it. I get that some of the stuff should come out. They're just, if you're working together with a group of people and stuff, and like, I get it, it needs to be done where everybody is coming together and taking everything that they've found and bringing it and piecing it all together. That's very important. Hold on one second. Sorry, I had to take a drink of my I have a Red Bull, a watermelon Red Bull here. Yeah, I this type of a case is going to have more and more as a content creator and as a subscriber, as a watcher, as a lurker in the back, a person that's been here since the beginning, and just the emotions are still running high. This and that. You're going to see more inconsistencies being brought up. You're going to see more information that was covered back 6 months ago, 7 months ago, or maybe even less than that, maybe 5 months ago, that now somebody else has time to go pick it all apart, take a look at it, determine what's facts, what's not facts. But all you're doing that is based off of the facts and stuff that another channel has said, or another article has said, and it just adds fuel to the fire of the fighting and the negativity. I guess the biggest reason why I wanted to do this is because who knows what? That's my question. What is what in the Summer Wells case? What are the facts that you can prove? What is law enforcement saying? What is eyewitnesses, or however you want to call them, what are they now saying? The narrative changing, the inconsistencies are coming out, the little plants to give people content for days is coming out. Those things, I mean, you can those things are here's a good example. So 623 first 911 call. So great example, Pixie, and thank you for coming here. So we're going to use, and no bad things about anybody that has info on this. I just want to use this as a little example for people to understand something. So we have 623 first 911 call. I was watching, and I like Devil Geeks, and I watch Crumb and Mama. I watch I even watch Benny Keys. I don't comment. I watch. I just want to see what these people are saying. I watch John QQ, Cracking Cases, Voices Behind the Wall. I watch all of them because I want to know if there's something that I've missed. So here's a good prime example. Squall tip the other night, the 623 first 911 call. So it had gone from the interview room, which I watch, and yeah, I see everything, and it was put into his thing that 623 was the 911 call. And I don't know if we later have figured out exactly it really was 623, or that's just what was stated in one of his things. Well, I don't know. I can't see that if that was the exact time. I'd be interested to see what the source of that actual 623 was the first phone call. He's got that. He called dispatch and used his resources to get that information, or that was, I mean, or that was an assumption or what somebody else told him. I'm not trying to discredit him. My point is this: if it didn't come out of law enforcement's mouth as 623 or 911's like actual log in their stuff or broadcastify, I get it. I'm just using this as an example. It's You have to have like credible credentials of a certain dispatcher or a law enforcement or somebody of authority to bring that to light. So when we're talking about text messages, about Facebook messages, about dogs stop at somebody's feet, those are all that stuff is recorded by law enforcement. It's part of the investigation. Though it's being looked at. It's a lot of information and a lot of stuff to bring into a case at once. And dog stopping at a feet. Well, if that really happened, law enforcement knows that. Maybe that's why that certain somebody is being visited every single week for the last however many. Maybe they ain't even being visited. We don't know. We don't see documentation that that person is being visited all the time. All we see is just what's out there and what's said uh, by those people. And John QQ, a fact, some are still missing to this day. And I just, I was pondering this morning when I was driving that the one thing that we do know though is that a lot of places were searched. And I don't know how to figure this out yet. And I know the ones that actually like to look into things and go back through different articles, go back and listen to different stuff. Here, I have a good one for you. So on the day of the search, when they first got out there, they were searching and searching and searching. Then they broadened the search, right? So how far could a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old go? How far could a 5-year-old or a 4-year-old go in a 4-hour window? And by the time searchers and stuff get out there, that's a 5-hour window, right? So how far could they really get? So then you broaden out your search. Well, if everybody's shouting and hollering and stuff, you can rule out that she just kept running and running and running away when you get the mass volume of people out there. So in my opinion, that narrows everything down into a smaller spectrum of we're here at 7 o'clock. They probably started shouting for her at 6:23, right? Or whatever that call was. Um, so some of the things you can rule out just based off of uh, they're not going to run any further. I mean, if you have 40 people, 50 people screaming your name and you're a little kid, you're going to start screaming back out. A child in Texas went 5 miles. So let's say 5 miles from there. So you take 5 mile directions and there, some of the stuff getting through. I guess my point here is when asked to search properties and when asked if searchers could search properties, what were the properties that said, no, you can't search my property? What were the properties that just allowed them to? So we can start checking those off of our boxes. The other thing is that now after the fact of the initial search and the countless hours of helicopters and all these people and drones and this or that were searching any ground that was unturned was checked. Infrared will pick up if you shoveled into a ground. It will pick up any type of that stuff. So if it's just like it gets picked up on it. The thing is that the ones that weren't allowed to be and now have been, I'm curious to see. who they are and why in the first place, and why now or why now search warrants are given and they're now able to do it. It really boggles my mind because the other thing is I was doing some research and if you haven't watched some of my videos that have Hawkins County tied into them, watch them because you're dealing with um, how do I put this lightly? You're dealing with somebody that is a sheriff that already one missing person was found on their property, and that bothers me because just as well as that, there was a beating of police officers onto a man that was driving a truck, and they were being sued, and that bothers me as well. Hold on one second. The other thing is that if you do your research, here's a question. If you do your research and you found the reward money to that one person that was found on their property, where did the reward money go to in that thing? Did it get sent to charity? Did it get sent? Did the family get their money back? Did the donors get their money back? Did what happened? I'm really curious to know what happened in that because on the other spectrum of things, if you dig far enough, there was also a doctor or an operation in northern Georgia, I want to say, and I'm gonna dig into some of these a little bit more. That had some common last names of a sheriff, and there was some jail sentences, and it's public knowledge. It's out there. There's a whole article about the whole ring. They're prescribing medications. They were writing prescriptions and then distributing them out and moving drugs all around. And certain people were involved, certain families were involved, and it's very curious to see those types of things. I just don't see how somebody can be running, be reelected as the sheriff and have a missing kid be found on your property and then turn around and TBI not knowing and not watching you. And I have a feeling that there's a lot of people that are deterring TBI and FBI away from certain things and not bringing them into the correct areas or not bringing them into the right places. Just some things that to think about, and I'm not going to put out what. I mean, I feel one way about it, but the other way is I'm not going to sit here and say that definitely happened. That can't happen anymore. We can't do that. No, we need to go look, and it gives you something to think about, something to understand and realize. And I think that the more people that search and view certain things on the internet, it brings relevancy when you're searching for something. So if you search Hawkins County, da 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 da, da and 5,000 other people search the exact same search thing, any articles that are up at the top now is because so many people clicked on it. So some of the stuff that hasn't been seen now, what you need to do is type into your search. I use like 4 different web browsers because they all bring up different content based on who's using what to do research. You got to dig further back because everything that's up at the top, people have viewed so much already. So if you're looking for something that you can't, it'll be way further back, and you should be able to find it there. But it's quite interesting, and I just at this point in time, who knows what. Yeah, it's great bringing some stuff about certain suspects. Everybody's still a suspect. That means when they say everyone's still a suspect, I'm asking my chat. So they say everybody's a suspect. So does that mean that um, you're a suspect, I'm a suspect, they're a suspect, everybody in Hawkins County is a suspect, everybody in Beach Creek's a suspect, everybody in Kingsport's a suspect? Like, what does that mean? I mean, uh, does that mean that uh, they just have no? Obviously, they have their suspects in like list and order and stuff, but if everybody's still a suspect, uh the question is that I guess if you live anywhere close over there, you're still a suspect. And that doesn't necessarily have to mean just the neighbors or just the people in that little holler. I mean, there's other hollers there. There's other people that drive by there, probably not quite often, but you have to look at that as a way as they're not narrowing it down because they can't just publicly come out and say it and then be wrong, um, which makes it really hard for people like us that are sitting there trying to help make headways or trying to bring awareness to this, which is why uh, I just am sitting back now observing more than typing, texting, than getting involved. I mean, the important questions still need to be asked, and I guess if people want to say this or this or this about certain certain eyewitness or a suspect or whatever, get that person on your panel. Try to set up something with them. Get them to speak what that actually means or what that actually meant. Somebody ask them. I mean, if you think Ellie ain't watching this stuff, that you're wrong. They're watching. They're watching every single thing put out there. But the thing is, if you're gonna if you're gonna, and I'm not saying that this is bad. Were asked last night in that live were great, but my thing is if you're gonna ask, if you're gonna just say, hey, I think this means this or I think this means that, just go get her onto a panel, and she needs to answer the hard questions or don't answer them, and we'll all make up our decision. One or the other. I mean, I see both ways. One is to clear yourself, which is great, and that's, I mean, everything's recorded on the internet, so everything that you put out there is one thing. The other thing is that if you don't want to go do this because you feel like you're being attacked and you're going to use that as an excuse, well, you're completely wrong. You're here for the wrong reasons. Because why don't you just let people ask you? There's respectful panels out there that will actually ask you the question, you answer it, and we don't say, "Oh no, you're wrong. Oh no, you can't be this. Oh no, you can't be that." The thing is that there's respectful people out there that'll ask the question, let you answer it the way you want to answer it, and then move on to the next question. The debates and all that stuff can wait on another time or let other channels do it. Whatever. But at least get out there in front of it. Give people something to look at. Give people here, this is the answer. We're all questioning this. Just come and answer them. I don't know what else to say because at this point you're reading what their opinion is about. Hey, I think this means this. Hell, just on your own channel, read what those messages are. We know you saw them. Read the message and say exactly what it means. I'll go watch it. I want to know. I I just think that running, ducking, hiding, saying, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know this. You don't know that." It's getting old, and that would be called running away from the problem instead of just coming to a respectful mutual creator and sit down, bring up the messages. What does this mean? Don't even bring them up. Just say, you said da 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 da. Your answer is da 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 da. Next question. You said da 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 da. Next question. Your answer was da 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 da. Put some light on it. Don't sit here and let everybody just be like, I wonder what that meant. I wonder what this means. I wonder what. Put some light on it. Let us see what you say that it means. It would be nice if you go to a respectful place, be treated with respect. Comments can even be shut off so nobody can comment on the whole thing, and can be set up that way so that we can put some things to rest. I guess when I was the whole red truck thing, I think that was the red truck thing down at the bottom of the driveway that day was interesting. I'd be curious to know who that was or why they were over there on Beach Creek. If you haven't checked out some of the experts driving stuff, there was a video that before I knew him that he did, or maybe right when I knew him, that he did where he was driving on some old road. And if I get a chance, I'll take a look at that. But I'm going to drop his link in the chat just so that you guys can go take a look. We can do that. Hold on there 1 second. I'm going to pull this up. When is this from? June 25th. All right, I had to move around a couple things here to share my screen here. All right. Here's an article. Hold on here. Got this. All right, so here's an article from News Channel 11. It says, blur it out. Hold on here. Listen, emergency scanner traffic from night summer wells went missing. 911 calls not released. News Channel 11 has obtained audio from emergency scanners on June 15th. The summer wells was reported missing. Below is a transcript of the audio as authorities were called to Summers' home on Ben Hill. You will be en route to 110 Ben Hill Road off Beach Creek. It will be first residence on the right in reference to a 4-year-old missing. The parents have called and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, and now they can't find her. They have been yelling for her. She has been gone for 10 minutes now. That's very interesting. But I'll leave that one into your guys' minds on how to take that, because from what we've seen, there's an inconsistency there right away, but you guys can figure that one out. June 24th, age 5. Let's see here. On Thursday, Well, I guess understanding when that was actually taken would be a really, really good thing. I just I guess my biggest point here is that watching some of this stuff is getting crazy, because it's just adding more fuel to the fire to keep things rolling. And you just have to step back and take a look at things from sitting back and not being so involved in a chat that you're not catching what's actually being said, or checking to see, hey, did somebody go over this already? Or, hey, what was found here or what was found there? There's a lot of players in this case. So that makes it really hard for an investigation when we got people that are creating diversions, deflection, uh, running in different directions, and trying to point the finger at other people. Or I think this is the fourth week or fifth week that we've been on to a new person that we're running after. Like, I think a couple of weeks ago it was the TM, which is Tim Mullins. I refer to him as TM. That he was being watched and talked about. There was a phone that he downloaded onto his computer. Um, I mean, he inserted himself into the case, so I would be really, excuse me, I'd be really, really surprised if he didn't have, like, he inserted himself, so his stuff's being watched too. Um, they're just not going to not go and search for that stuff. Or obtain it. I mean, you'd have to think that he'd be obviously in with them. Let's see here, 1 second. Nice. Oh, that's what you want me to show. We can play that. I'm gonna play something here. Let's go back. All right, here we go. Sure. Add to stream. I think my volume is good. Second here after this commercial, we'll in 8 seconds we'll turn this volume up.
Together.
All right, here we go.
Traffic from emergers the night Summer Wells disappeared. Take a listen.
Around 110, 110 Hill Road off of Beach Creek should be the first residence on your right. Reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in and advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home. Now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Again, audio from police scanner traffic that evening. Dispatchers referenced Summer Wells as a 4-year-old. We now heard that correction the following day. In fact, she is 5 years old.
Wet basement or crawl space, damage and disease could be next.
So that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. So who would have thunk that would happen? Because that just doesn't make sense. I mean, I get it. If you have a lot of kids, you forget how old kids are and when birthdays are and stuff. And different things like that. But continuously doing it and just doesn't make sense. I guess the biggest thing is that we all just need to pray that she'll be found, that at least she'll be brought home one way or another. We all need to keep our level head on this whole thing, not following into some type of you follow me and you can't follow other creators and you can't be over here, you can't be over there. People, you pay for this place yourself. This is YouTube. Tube meaning a TV. So you watch what you want, you go where you want, you interact where you want. If they want to block you from there, so be it. You can still watch it. You don't have to watch everything. You don't have to feed into the stuff. And oh my goodness, I missed your live. Well, you know what? There's a button that allows you to play my live whenever. You didn't miss anything. You don't have to run over here to watch it. You don't have to. Watch it on the replay. Support who you want to. I mean, the thing that's being formed is like a cultish little, in my opinion, like a little cultish little string of, I watch this channel, this channel, this channel, this channel, and oh my gosh, I can't watch. I can't miss this live. I'm over here in 4 lives at once. Well, I support my friends. Sometimes I'm sitting there watching 2 lives or 3 lives at a time. They're all playing and I'm chatting in 1 or I'm chatting in 2, just watching because I want to do something else in my other time. So if I'm going to sit down and watch YouTube and watch certain things, there's certain things that I look for, certain things that I watch, and I watch it all at once at the same time. I'll play 3 different restreams of it all at the same time just to catch this stuff, and which is quite interesting that somebody like me would do that. But it just makes more sense to me to do it all at one time. Sometimes you watch a live within a live within a live. Yeah, I know. Who's somebody was doing that, but like that comes back from the inconsistencies of certain people or certain things that were said. Like a lot of that comes out, and it's kind of crazy. A lot of it is people have run out of content and have not moved on to new cases or have not put stuff out there. I tried to do some of the other cases. You're going to see some new stuff coming out where I'm going to throw in some certain other cases and some from the beginning to the end, and talking about the facts of the case and how we got from the actual incident happening all the way through to somebody being prosecuted or somebody going to jail. So some of those are going to be coming out soon. There are a lot of work to do, but the videos are well worth it when you do it. And it just gives you another avenue to go to, that instead of watching dancing with no shirt on to music, or laying in bed with no shirt on, talking to your whole chat the whole night. I don't have time for that type of stuff, and getting some new stuff is definitely needed for some viewers that are like me, that want good content that they can actually watch, that doesn't sway their emotions one way or another about what is happening or what is going on or what crew I'm running with or what clique I'm in. Stuff like that gives a little place of, you want to watch true crime, you can watch it like that. I just want to say hi to some people that came here. Hold on there 1 second. I will go back up to the top. Don't know if you're still listening. Checking Convictions, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to have you. Pixie. I see Pixie was first. Hello, Frosty. Lori. Hi, V. I know you'll be catching this on the replay. You watch all of my stuff, and I'm very thankful of you. And I hope you find this one in good standing and leave a comment for me. Hello. Thank you for coming. Who else we got here? Arctic Fox True Crime. Hello, sir. We got Lori Davis. Hello. Kendra Bell. Thank you. Bree, nice to see you. Who else do we got here? I know Bling stopped by. I saw her earlier. I see Chris is in chat. I see John QQ stopped by. Thank you for stopping by. Soli, always a pleasure. The expert, thank you for coming. Who else do I have here? Yes. Warrior Sisterhood, stop by. Nana for life. I know you're listening, Nana. Thank you. Looks like did I miss anybody? Kristen Nard, thank you for coming. Who else is here? Leave it to Bieber. Thank you for stopping by. Jules of Cali, always a pleasure. Make mental notes of how others treat the ones who have nothing to offer them. Just saying. That is correct. A lot of times when you see Mary Teresa Saint Hamster, hello, and Krama Mama, I know you're listening. I saw you stop in a little bit ago. The biggest thing is that when a friendship's a one-sided friendship and there's no give or take on both sides of a friendship, that's when you need to understand and withdraw yourself from that person, because obviously they're not as good of a friend as what you thought they were. That goes with a lot of daily life friendships, goes with YouTube friendships. I mean, if you send a message to somebody, at least reply, hey, I'm busy doing this, or hey, I'm doing this. I mean, at least give something. Don't just ignore the person. They've had people I've trusted in the past and type them a message, and 4 weeks later, they'll finally respond and ask you to do something for them. You do it. They'll talk to you for 10 minutes that day. Then a couple days later, you ask them a question, and you don't hear from them until they need something else again. I mean, that's a one-sided friendship, in my opinion. And a lot of those I've been distancing myself from and forming a new group and a new listening of people. And I want to be as true and consistent as I can be, and keep a level head in all of this, because sometimes things I see pisses me off because I know that they're not true, or that somebody's lying, or certain stuff like that. But then I go privately and just talk to the people that actually care, the people that actually get it, and then come back and do my thing and go from there. It goes with human respect towards another. Yes, it does. You have to give respect to gain respect. Any questions for me before I wrap this up here? I mean, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Any questions you have? I mean, I think I was speaking with my friend earlier, and we were talking. She was like, she goes, "Oh, I've seen you on Summer's Case ever since the beginning, and you are always in all the chats and everything, and you ask good questions, and it's so informative." And I don't know, we've only like recently been talking, but she goes, I am so blessed. I'm like starstruck. I finally met you. I didn't even know that they existed. Like, I had blinders on at the beginning. I was working on asking my questions putting the dots together, figuring things out. And sometimes you just don't see certain people. And that's why I want to make it a point when I come here, see who's watching, see who's listening, ask questions. If you have a question about something I do or say or put out someplace or whatever, ask me in my comments. I'll answer you. If not, I have an email up. You can ask me in my email. I respond to those. I try to get back to everybody. If I'm busy, I'll just reply, "Hey, I'm busy. I'll come back around to this." I run on a two-way street. I am loving the new channels I see and good content. I have been around. Thankful. No problem. The hardest reality that subscribers and new YouTube channels make is when that monetization gets turned on. Money makes people do funny things, and you just have to remember that what your reasons are for here, and sometimes you have to shut it down to bring yourself back into reality. It's really hard to make connections as I get older. Jules. Yes, Jules of Cali, it is. There are good people on here. Yes, there is some good people on here. Hold on here. I lost where I was. Jules of Cali, I completely agree. Threshold for the BS is so low. Yes, it is really, really low. Me too, Chris. I am really tired. I don't know what Chris said. Absolutely hate that. What do we got here? Do you have any videos of Mark Fullerton? I'm interested in the case. I see corruption, and that is where I have been for 5 years dealing with that. I have not, but I would be curious to take a look in that. Well, damn, I was that late. I hate the different time zones. I always get them wrong. I'm still here just listening. A lot of people are here just listening. I see the numbers stay about the same of the actual people that are in here. Some people stop by and some people go. I'm terrible at replying, just saying I don't ask for anything. I just suck at responding to shit. That movie Tangled. How did you find me? When wax him with a frying pan. That's me. Very true. What else do I got here? Money sure does. All right. Well, on that note, before I leave, if you haven't seen my community tab, there is a runaway kid from Vermont. Please go over there and check it, share it, send it to everybody. We need to put it out there everywhere. It's been 16 days, I believe. His mom was in a group that I belong to, desperately asking people to share. I'm sure that she's called all around looking for the kid. So, whatchamacallit? Frosty, type your message again. Hello, my three healers. So the biggest thing is, hey, if you guys have social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, if you need me to make another little thing for a different thing of social media, as I'm starting to get into some of them more, I will be updating my about page because I will be starting to stream from YouTube, but I will also be starting to stream on different platforms as well. I'm working this next couple of days. I'm going to work on getting those tied into the channel. So if you're a listener, a lurker in the back, you don't have to sit here and go over what chat's doing over here on YouTube. And there will be just audio over on some of them. I said, if you wish to tip Levin's top mod, www.paypal.me/WSS Frosty. You're so funny, Frosty. Yeah, that poor kid left his home and they can't find him. That's a sad, sad thing. I was doing some research on some other stuff in the area, and there was some stuff that happened to another kid that did the same thing. So it is important to share his face out there. And any awareness is way better than no awareness. Any views, even if it's one that you get from sharing it on your Facebook or with a friend, a neighbor, family, anything's better than nothing. One hand is better than no hands. Ha ha ha. They're looking at it as a runaway. Yes. Well, so the mother, so I have linked with the mother. She, the mother's comments in my comment section, that is what she actually said. And there was some wrong information on the poster. At first, he was put as a runaway. I mean, if you run away from home, there's only so many certain places you're going to. I would be really impressed if you just gone, vanished like far, far away. So after 16 days, as a parent, you'd get really worried. And that all makes sense. On that note, if you see something, say something. If you know something bad's happening, then definitely say something. Thanks for coming, Purple. I don't know anybody that's live right now this second. If there's not anything else that you guys want to talk about or anywhere else that you want to, any other questions that you want to ask, I guess we can end this. Definitely, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up. It helps in the algorithm, helps get my page seen, helps getting the word out on some of the missing and helping some of the others. Also gets the word out to some people that need to realize that YouTube's not all about drama and about following certain people, but about coming to where you can understand that, hey, you can write a comment here and you'll be welcomed in as long as you're respectful. Anybody's fine here. Oh yeah, I'd be worried too if there was a few hours late. If there were a few hours late, I'll check it out on your community page. Thanks, Bling. All right, everybody. That is it. Until next time.